Hello, it's Van right here with another house build. This one is yellow, sort of townhouse, country-esque sort of flow. Um, and I hope it turns out great. I hope everybody that watches this thinks it turns out great. I'm really good at this. This uh, will end up looking nice, I think. I would also think that this one I tried my best to make some cute looking bedrooms, trying to put some real effort into it, which I hope I succeeded in, because that would be nice. I also think I also think this is the one where I tried to make bigger rooms, like what you just saw. I'm placing some placeholder furniture in there so that it might end up looking better, which is something I at least hope to achieve. Anything else I need to say about this build? I don't think so. Oh, something that I might have to say about this build: this ends up having a almost wraparound porch. I always like the idea of a wraparound porch. It's not something you really see here in the Netherlands, so I think uh, I should try and do something more like that more often, because I like the look of it. And I think that's all I have to say about the build right now. It's currently in the middle of my vacation, and I thought I might sort of pre-record this so that I can have the next week off of recording videos. So that's what I'm doing. I also could have recorded this earlier, but I didn't, because last house build I said I was gonna do this house build once I had the conversation with the counselors and my neighbor, my annoying neighbor, and I had that conversation on Tuesday. As expected, uh, the conversation went horrible. My neighbor shouted a lot, but let's start at the beginning. So the counselors said to me that they were gonna come over to my house and listen to the music and see how loud it was. Now, of course, everybody already had the idea. Well, she's not gonna play this music that loud. And of course she didn't, because she is very predictable in that case. Which made me look foolish. Love that. I have proof that she usually plays the music way louder. So that's nice. Um, the one of the counselor first, the counselor A, was in my house first, and then A switched with B, and when B walked into my house, she told me that the music was being played as loud as she could, and then my response was, well, that's false, because I know for sure she can play the music louder than this. Later on in the conversation, my neighbor confessed that there are more speakers in her house, and that that potentially means that she was lying. Yeah, I think that's really good. If you do that, if I can use that for maybe any future conversations we need to have. Okay, so after they listened to the music, we went to the place where we're gonna have the conversation, as that had to be on neutral ground, which totes makes sense. So we got there first, of course, because my dad just drives, which is always nice, in some cases at least. Then we waited for the counselors to get there. Then the counselors got there. We found the room that they had rented, where we were going to have said conversation. We went there, sat down. So we arranged the tables a bit, so there was not a huge table that we were going to sit at. And then we waited and waited and waited till my neighbor showed up. She apparently had the wrong address. Luckily, that address was not that far from where we were at. I don't really understand how she got the idea that it was there, but okay, she was there. And then the counselors asked who wanted to say what they wanted to say first. My neighbor said, well, I didn't arrange this, so she can go first. So I did. I did a very brief explanation about the noise complaint, the noise nuisance, and the history of that. Then when I stopped talking, my neighbor told her side. Apparently this is great. This is if you have any tea, I would say, but if I was you, she said that I have been rude to her visitors, to any company she has over, because apparently I stare out of the window, I look angry and provocative at her guests. Now, let's put it like this. I have bangs. They cover the top of my face. They go over my eyebrows. With that being said, that also means that they cover half of my expression. So it's pretty unique that she thinks I'm being angry and provocative if she can only see half my face. So that's already lies. Of course, she can feel like I'm spying on her, but then she worded it wrong. After the neighbor said her issues, we went back and forth a couple of bits. I explained some more bits and pieces of the story. She then explained also that I was being unfair one time because she just started playing music, and I looked it up like 2 days ago, or yesterday I think, and I have, it's not proof, but I've written it down, that she started playing the music at 11, and a quarter at 3, that's when I rang the bell. So whatever she is saying is not correct, because I waited for quite some while before I decided to ring a bell. Multiple times during that conversation, I had the urge to either walk out of the room or to throw the water in my glass at her. Didn't do any of that, but she was really pushing me, and in my eyes for no apparent reason, because I am allowed to look outside. She also she had a friend with her. My dad was also with me, but my dad said about 2 things the whole conversation, and the friend of my neighbor said millions of things. She also said that She finds it's very suspicious that as soon as my neighbor sits outside in her garden, I also randomly decide to hang out outside. Well, my dad explained this very well. He said that when she's sitting outside, it's nice weather, so then other people might enjoy the fact that it's nice weather and decide to sit outside as well. And in that case, you're allowed to sit outside in your garden. I am also allowed to open and close windows whenever I like, and that might come across like I'm spying on her, although she didn't say it like spying. Not like that. But she did say that she doesn't like that I'm looking at her visitors, or right as they are sitting outside, go outside myself as well. Like I'm being forced to not open my windows when she's outside, or not sit outside when she's outside. That's just insane. But okay, we moved on. I didn't know that what her issue was with me before this, so any thing she said was new to me. So I also at that moment was trying to wrap my brain around why she was saying things that she was saying, or she was not saying things. She was talking loudly or almost yelling at me. I was not that far away. I would say maybe 3 meters at most. So as much as she was, she shouldn't have been shouting. I think the shouting of her also made me feel less comfortable with the whole conversation. I didn't like the conversation as it was, but her shouting didn't help. Shouting, yelling, it was a bit of mix in between. So that was also fantastic. I really was enjoying myself at that moment. The counselors a couple of times tried to intervene. They also a couple of times tried to make sure that we took some times in betweens. They said, let's go quiet for a second, let it settle in. And as soon as the counselors said that, I finished my sentence and then I stopped talking. My neighbor kept going, which was fantastic. It was a very nice conversation, people. I think everybody would have enjoyed it. Of course not. She was being aggressive, maybe almost unfairly, because what did I do? We went back and forth a couple of times, trying to make our case, if you could call it that. What else did she accuse me of? She also said all of her visitors have been wondering what my issue is, because I keep apparently looking out my window at them, and they just can't figure out why. Because it's a window and windows are made to look out, but okay, if you say so. Makes no sense, but if you say so. I think I figured out why I'm looking out of the window. It's mostly as soon as I hear talking, I want to figure out where the talking is from. Maybe because I'm scared of things happening to my house, to the street, and I just want to have a look. And I think that's more than fair. I'm thinking what else happened. As I said, her friend intervened, talked a lot as well. My dad only said 2 things. both of them were looking at me almost the whole time. Looking at me, was it like staring at me? I think they might have thought if we stare at her, she might back down or something. See, I look like I am a very soft person, very easily manipulated or bossed over. And that is true to a certain degree. Like, part of me is not. I'm a big introvert. I don't like interacting with people. I also don't like arguments. And I think she thought, because that is the vibe I give up, that I am also something that you can easily walk over. And unfortunately, that's not true. Especially if you hurt me. And she has been, how do you say that? Without using curse words. She has yeah, she has messed up my summer for the last I would say 6 weeks. All I have been trying to do is get the city police to come right away and catch her in the act of this noise nuisance. And it just hasn't happened, but I've been focused on it a lot. Now also completely lost my train of thought, trying to figure out words that you know, but then the words you want to say are not suitable for YouTube. So I'm not gonna say that, but I was, as I said multiple times during the whole conversation, I was pretty angry, frustrated, and people that know me know that I am not like that. I am, as I said, also most of the time a pretty easygoing person. So it was very weird also for me to experience it sitting across her. And I think the staring of them at me was also not really helping. But I at least held squeaky chair. I at least held my ground, and I think that is a good thing, I would say. I'm gonna quickly for a second. I'm gonna look at the conversation. The message I sent out to some friends about it. I think I basically said everything. The only thing that I haven't said is that the neighbor said she was gonna try and not play the music loudly anymore. I am also, this is about me, I'm only gonna look once where the noise is coming from, and not look the whole time, which is odd, but okay. And as soon as I hear any noise nuisance again, I will calm down first and then ring a bell. And in 3 weeks' times, the counselors are gonna call me again and ask how it's going right now. So far it's been quiet. We're now 3 days later, and so far it's been quiet. But that doesn't say anything, because it has been quiet a couple of times before in a couple of days in a row. So we shall see. I am. Almost done with this video, apparently. I am also not that hopeful that it's gonna change anything. especially because it feels like I'm the only one that has said I will do things differently. She also didn't come with any solutions. So that's maybe something, if the next conversation comes, I should tell these counselors. But looking at my screen, I also can see that I'm at the end of the video. If you want to see screenshots of this house, they are at the end of the video, of course. Floor plans, some interior shots, outside shots, some of the wraparound porch shots as well. With that being said, my name is Vizeven, and if you enjoyed watching this video, thumbs this video up, subscribe to my channel so you see the next part in 2 weeks' time on the first day. Maybe I then have better news, like she's been quiet the whole time. You never know. Could be. And I hope you have a lovely day. Goodbye.